Welcome to another You Bijou. I'm Michelle Aalbers, and today we are going to do a tangle called Twing. This is a fun one. I am going to omit the borders and the dots and the borders, and we're just going to draw off the tile, off the edge of the tile. And we'll see. I think this is a fun one. We'll see how you feel about it. I'm just using a Micron 01, and we are going to make, I'm just going to start anywhere on the side, and we're going to make like a little zigzag. I made that really curvy. It can be more pointed like this, up to you. And then we're going to aura it. So I'm going to turn my tile and aura. And I'm going to turn my tile a lot here. Doing what I can to keep my pen drawing in the same direction. Aura-ing this. I find if I don't turn my tile, it gets harder for my hand. Like my hand doesn't feel as comfortable. So I'm just honoring the process of the method and of what works for my hand. So that is step one. Then we're going to take and connect these arches with a little bit of a curved line inward, and I'm going to do that on both sides. That will off the page because that's going off the page a bit. And then next step is to aura those. And then we're going to add one in the middle too. But the one in the middle is going to aura the bottom. This, what I would call the bottom curve. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll aura this. And then in the middle, I'm going to do the same thing. My line got a little close. I almost touched there. That wasn't intentional. It's just the way it went. So I'm going to do all one side and then I'm going to do the other side. Then I will turn my tile and do that same thing. So I'm following the curve so that they're both going in the same direction in that same triangle that's created. And then from here on this, you can pick which one's your bottom. I'm going to go this way, this where I have 3. And in those bottom columns, or rows, I guess it would be, we're going to fill it with lines, only on the bottom. Actually, that's not true. I'm going to do it in all of them. But for some reason, my brain works to go through this way first and then do these. Now, I did not line up my center lines. You could. Either way works. And then in this, if I turn my tile now, it's the bottom, right? Then we're going to do tipple. that is Twing. So we are going to shade this today. I'm going to put my pen aside and grab my pencil. And for shading, there's a couple different ways you could do it. You could shade along either side of this, of all of these aura lines, or you can shade on the inside. This is what I'm going to choose to do today. On the inside of these triangles. So just putting some graphite along the edge. Of these triangles. Again, I tend to work in rows and then turn my tile and do the other side. That's just what works for me. And you can see how that changes it, makes that look a little bit more 3D. I don't mind that I got a little bit of graphite on that edge. Almost like it's, I'll do that in this one to show you the difference. Allowing it to creep into, my aura is a little bit wider there, so that's okay. Allowing it to creep onto the aura part as well. There's another thing you could do here. I'm going to grab my white chalk and just show you. I don't intend to do this in every one, but you can see how it kind of makes like a cone shape. If you highlight, oh, my white chalk is broken. If you highlight there, it's really hard to see on camera. It makes it look more 3D, more cone shaped, even more so than just with the, plus it mutes everything. See how that goes. So I'm just going to do that one. That was just to show you an option. And then I'm going to go in and do the other side. And I did that same thing on this side where that aura is a little bit thicker, just to show you if your aura is thicker, it's another way to embellish or shade in a different way. This is one of those tangles where you can really play with shading if you want to. So I'm going to show you in this row, you can see how the graphite is covering some of that aura line. I'm going to take the white chalk and show you this too. If you highlight that middle, again, it just makes it look a little bit more. So you can see the white chalk changes things quite a bit. It's just another way to embellish the tile. And add layers to your design. So from here, I'm going to put my chop on this tile. And I feel like, I really do like it this way. I think my chop is just going to sneak in this corner down here. Usually I connect it to the design in some way. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll connect it with my little heart like that and even put a little dot, a few dots on the line like that. That's not required. It's just, I was trying to think of a different way to put my chop. You could do a background tangle here. You could do another twing. There's a lot of different ways you can play. I wanted to teach you the tangle so that you can decide how you want to engage with it. So this is a YOU Bijou day, and it is 9/2 when I draw it, my initials, and then TWING. I hope you enjoy Twing. Don't forget to appreciate again. Bye.